Hi, Christy here with Make Everyday Colorful. Today I'm going to show you what comes in the Sonlight Pre-K All Subjects package. I want to first start off by saying that I do already have some of these books at home, so I did not buy. Last year I bought the All Subjects package straight online, just everything came in a box. But since I already had a lot of books, because I'm kind of a book junkie, I just ordered what I needed. But I do have everything to show you. Okay, so first off, this is the instructor's guide for the pre-K package, and it's just broken down every week. See, like this is week 1, and it goes by 5 days, and it just tells you, like for instance, in the Bible part, you read the first day, you read the introduction to the memory verse, and then day 2, 3, and 4, you read a story. The memory verse, you go over that every week with your child. Then it goes on to your read alouds, your readiness skills, science, world culture, and then a song. They have a song every week that you do with your child. And then on the next page, they have like optional activities. And it just tells you activities you can do after reading some of the stories or doing maybe the science lesson, just things that you can do with your child. And I really like these books because not only the Sonlight, have everything broken down for you. You don't have to sit there and make your schedule every week. You don't have to plan out what you're gonna do. And they have room to, to add additional things, like maybe we're gonna take a field trip to the kids museum or the zoo. And I like how they also tend to give tips here and there throughout the book, just parent tips, and I really enjoy that. And I wanna say, like, they may have certain books that may be like sensitive, or maybe you just didn't want to talk about that subject yet with your child. Like one of them I'll get to and show you. You can completely omit those books. You don't have to do them just because they're in the curriculum. Okay, so moving right along. So let me tell you this. This is supposed to be the Bible for this year. The only reason I didn't get it, and it was very hard for me to turn it down, because I actually got, when we were hosting these 2 girl orphans from Ukraine, I actually bought them this Bible, 101 Bible Stories in Ukrainian, to take home with them. The only reason I didn't buy it is I really do have a ton of children's books and Bibles. And so basically what I'm going to do, part of homeschooling, you can do these things. I'm going to go off of their schedule of whatever I'm supposed to be reading that day, like if it's the creation story or the Exodus story, and I'm going to look through my children's book Bibles, and I'm just going to pull a story from one of those Bibles. Like I said, the only reason I didn't get it is because I just have when my firstborn came home, everybody got her everything, like tons of books, tons of Bibles, so we just have a lot of them. Plus I got the one from last year in the preschool package. By the way, if you are thinking about getting the preschool package, I also have a video for that in the comments. You can go check that out. Okay, so moving right along. Okay, so the next thing they have is history. So where's my history at? I must have put it somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. So one of the books in here, and this was one that I already had, so the new one probably looks a lot prettier than this. This one is People. And it just goes through and it shows people in different cultures. Let me go back to that previous page. So it's, showing them different cultures around the world, showing them, different pets that they keep, different holidays that they celebrate. So let's see what else we got. Oh, this is the one that I was kind of talking about. The gods must be angry. Now, I know that some parents may not want to read this to a young child because you may feel like it may confuse them, because obviously it's an idol in here. He breaks his dad's idol. I think I'm going to read it to my daughter anyway, just because I'd rather her learn things from me. Even though she still is young, I'm going to use this as a way to incorporate, we will only worship God for this reason, maybe pull a story from the Bible about it, but I'm still going to read it to her. I know that kids are going to learn things growing up, and I'd rather them learn it from me, so I'm going to read it to her anyway. But if I did not feel comfortable with it, that would be one of the things I can do. I can omit it. It's a personal preference. Okay, this one is New Toes for Tia. So it's another little book. That's for the history. Things People Do. This one has different occupations, like a newspaper reporter, a pilot, just different occupations. Then and Now. I was actually looking at ordering this book before I even ordered Sonlight, because I really like Usborne books. So Then in a Shop and Now in a Shop. Then in a Schoolroom and Now in a Schoolroom. So just showing you then and now. This one is Stories from Africa. I've already read one of the stories in here and I really enjoyed it. You know, there was a moral to the story of why, a consequence of why you shouldn't do this, and a moral to the story. So I know we're going to probably really enjoy this book. So then we go on to the read alouds. Okay, so here's the read alouds. Stories from around the world. And it's just stories from around the world. Let's see, like this one is The Snake Charmer. The Millie Molly Mandy Storybook. I'm actually really looking forward to reading this one. It's a chapter book, so I hope my 4-year-old can sit through it, but if not, she'll be playing with Play-Doh or coloring while I'm just reading to her. I actually downloaded this. That's why I don't have the physical CD. This is American Tall Tales, so I had downloaded it and put it on my phone so we could just listen to the storybooks. It's a read aloud. It did not come with a book. This is Eric Carle's Animals, Animals. I love all his books. They have great illustrations in them. The Children's Book of Virtues. Kind of interested to see what this one's going to be about. Please, please. So I guess it's going to teach them virtues. A Child's Book of Art. So it has different art, like an introduction to art for a young child. Okay, this one is another one I already had, and actually in the package, if you order online, it comes with the Complete Adventures of Peter Rabbit. This one's the Complete Adventures of Peter Rabbit and his friends, which I already had, so I did not buy that one off of the list. I have a list in front of me from their brochure, so I know everything that they had to make sure I have everything that they had. This one is A Treasury of Mother Goose. Who doesn't love good Mother Goose rhymes? This one that I'm going to pull up is Bear Rabbit. I've never heard of Bear Rabbit, so I'm interested to read these. The Lion Storyteller Bedtime Book. See, I've got really pretty pictures in here too. The Greedy Farmer. One of the stories in here. Uncle Wiggli's Storybook. You know, I actually found out that they have a board game to this, and I really want to buy it because I think it'd be fun to do this. It looks like a chapter book. I thought it'd be fun to read whatever we have to read out of it that day and then do the game after. So I'm looking into buying that. So moving right along. So then the language arts. Okay. This is what comes with the language arts if you get the this is just a regular pre-K package. Okay, so Dr. Seuss ABCs. And who doesn't love a good Dr. Seuss book? Then it also comes with the first 1,000 words in English. Okay, so I'm going to elaborate on this really quickly because you can get the pre-K package, the basic one, or you can get the pre-K package with readers. I'm honestly regretting not getting the readers right now. My daughter has, even though she's only 4 and she just turned 4, she's showing a real interest in reading right now. She's always asking me what words are. Some of the words, sometimes we'll read some of her books and I can see her, before I even say it, she'll say like, one of the books we read with outer space, and the thing goes up, 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 and she always says it. And she'll ask me what letter, like sounds make. So I'm gonna just take it slow with her, and if I see she's really advancing, then I'm probably gonna go ahead and order the readers, but I want to take it slow. I don't want to rush her into anything. So if you were to get the language arts package, the pre-K with readers, it would come with 27 little reader books. It would also come with My First Picture Dictionary, bingo markers, alphabet sound bingo cards, and Go A to Z. And I'm sure, I want to say another thing it might probably would come with is I know it would come with. It would have to come with some kind of a schedule. It'd probably be like an extra like instructor's guide or something on using the readers and going forth with that. And you see, yep, this is my first picture dictionary. So like I said, I'm kind of wishing I would have bought it now, but we'll just see how things go because I don't want to rush her into it. I want her to enjoy reading. I don't want her to feel like it's a chore or a task that she's not ready for. One of the things that I did buy though, because I felt like she was showing an interest in reading, and this is one of the optional things you can get on there. This is my first school book, and it shows them like how to make letters. You can, so for instance, I bought that and the little, my first school book teacher's guide, and it has a little schedule, you know, what to do per week. So with that one, I got the slate board. So in the book I was just showing you, shows you like the letter G. So she would practice drawing the letter G in the book, and then she can practice on the chalkboard. Then she could get the little wooden pieces, which I just made some myself offline. So you would make like the letter G. And where's the other one to show you what I'm talking about? I can find one. So yeah, so you know, so she would make the letter G, and she could do it on this little board to show up. So it's just fun that they can do some things that they can do with that book if you were to go and get all that. Okay, so moving right along into what I actually have with this package. So the next thing is the science part of it. Okay, so the science has why do tigers have stripes? And it just goes into, you know, different animals like copying colors and why they're camouflage and how they have certain signals. What's under the sea? Like coral reefs, so it's just different things under the sea. How to dig a hole to the other side of the world. I was reading one of the mom's reviews. If you're gonna be buying Sonlight, I mean, there's a ton of homeschool groups. I always suggest you join some homeschool groups in your area or for your state on Facebook. But I'm in a Sonlight homeschool group, and I was just reading, one of the ladies was talking the other day how she really enjoyed this book, so I'm excited about reading it. Is a blue whale the biggest thing there is? This is part of their science. You know, and it just shows other things that were bigger. This is what 100 Earths look like. What's smaller than a pygmy shrew? So it shows you other things. And I'm trying to see what's on this one. Molecules. Okay, sorry. I was trying to find what it said on that page. How do you lift a lion? I like this series. I actually went ahead and bought all the other books in this series once I saw these, the Robert E. Wells, because I thought they would be really informational and very easy for kids to understand. So I'll just throw that in probably, you know, with our reading. The Year at Maple Tree Farm. I really like this series, the Maple Tree Farm. I like the animals. I like it. Bernstein Bear's Big Book of Science and Nature. I'm excited about this book. This looks like a really good book. It's very colorful. It has explanation, like this is summer, so you know it's going into the different seasons. 4th of July, different holidays. So I'm really excited about this book. Okay, so the last thing that came with this all subjects package is the teacher's resources. So they have 4 different books, and in the books, this is just testing your kids' knowledge, and I say knowledge like their, I don't want to say it's like an assessment, but their growth. They early developing learner, so they have different pages, and it go, you know, book 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it gets a little bit harder with each one. But I'm already, you know, I already did a couple pages with my daughter just to see how we did, and she did pretty well. Like this one, you know, color the picture if they're the same. Don't color them if they're different. And every book is, you know, I want to say it's kind of the same thing with every book. I mean, it's a little bit different because there's 4 different ones. And that that wraps up the all subjects package for the Sonlight pre-K. So if you like this video and you want to check out my preschool one, go down to the comments below and check that out. And also subscribe to my page if you want to see more videos that I put up. I do a lot. I'm trying to do a lot. I'm just starting out. So I'm putting educational videos up for children. Like one of the ones I talked about in the previous preschool one is we did pizza. And I did a video on that, interactive, how we played out the story with my children and how they really enjoyed it. So if you like what you're seeing, click to subscribe, and I hope to see you as a new subscriber checking out my channel. Thanks so much. Have a blessed day.